Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium tonight to bring you a Monocentropas balfouri breeding video. That is the Socotra Island blue baboon, I believe. And this is my female here. She's a nice, big, beautiful girl. She's one that's reproduced for me in the past. And then I just received this mature male from Ronnie Holbert. And as you might imagine, he is just a scrawny, skinny little guy because he has already had his ultimate molt, so, you know, he's getting up there in age. This male came to me from Ronnie Holbert, who I'm very excited to be working with again. He's the one that sent me the male that was the father of the amazing egg sac opening last spring. That was pretty awesome. We had an amazing production of Nandu chromatus, which is the Brazilian red and white, I believe. So this is a species that I absolutely love to reproduce. They don't have such incredible numbers, but any Monocentropas balfouri production is fantastic. I just think they're really amazing. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna follow my standard procedure, which is where I put the male next to the female's enclosure, and I will take both the lids off. I have my tools handy. I have tongs, nets. Sometimes I will use the lids. Since she's kind of up here on the edge, I don't want it to startle her up and over. So I'm just going to kind of close that area off. I'm just going to encourage him to climb on up here. Give him a little boost. And take this off so I can observe her. He definitely sees her. He's okay, that was definitely a tremble. So he is vibrating his feet and his body to send her mating signals that he is coming in peace and is hoping to mate with her. She has not reacted so far, although I'm pretty sure she has noticed that he's there. She does have a burrow, and a lot of times as soon as the males enter, the females run into the burrow, and she's not doing that, so that's a good sign, I think. He's feeling bold, stepping closer. There is a nice little tremble. Can you see him?
I keep seeing your tweezers go like this and blur the image. I can see them now. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, she's turning toward him, which could be a feeding response, but it looks like she is okay. Yes, this is good. So what you want to see is you want them to come head to head. You want her to rear up, and then he uses his pedipalpal bulbs to penetrate her epigastric fold. Can you see in there? And let's see if I can get... She's being very receptive to him. He's just taking his time. And when you see his front appendages kind of moving back and forth, that is the motion that they use to inseminate the female. So she just has a little slit on her belly where she stores the deposit. And then when the time comes for her to lay an egg sac, as it passes through her epigastric fold, at that time, hopefully it is fertilized. And that sperm, the females can retain that sperm and it can be viable for a very long time. If you have a pair that you believe have successfully copulated and she has not laid an egg sac, it is possible that she will lay a fertile egg sac all the way up until the next time she molts, because when she molts she will lose that deposit. So if you pair two animals and she doesn't lay an egg sac and then she molts, then you know that she's not going to reproduce from that male and you want to try to pair them again. But if it's been a while and she's getting really nice and big and fat, then you know that she's probably growing an egg sac inside of her. Well, growing eggs. They spin the egg sac out of silk, deposit the eggs into it, and as she's passing the eggs, they're inseminated, and then once the egg sac is full, then she, once all of her eggs have been laid, then she stitches the egg sac up closed, and then depending on the species, some of them make a hammock for it, some of them carry it down into their burrow, some of them make a mat of web and just stand over it. It varies a lot from species to species. This is a ground-dwelling species that lives in kind of craggy areas. They live on a rocky island, and so they just build little burrows or go underneath things. And so this is an animal that would probably take her nest down into her burrow. You might not even ever see it. Just have to kind of know what you're looking for. She has a nice body weight, so she was a good candidate for breeding. You don't want to breed a female that's too thin, because she probably won't reproduce, and if she does, it could be to her detriment. This guy's really cute. So basically I just let them continue on how they are, unless things look like they're getting dangerous for him, or until he starts to withdraw, and at that point I'll usually kind of jump in a little bit and play defense just to make sure that the females don't eat the males at that time. Because once they inseminate one female, they can, if they're given time to recover, lay another sperm web and recharge their pedipalpal bulbs and impregnate another female. So, also I figure they probably prefer not to be eaten. I don't know. Might be kind of the kamikaze way to go, to be eaten by your mate.
Believe in shoot for the ones that are lost in life. But even dreamers have the power to save a friend. And I know you are afraid that you fail again. You can take it to the grave, but it doesn't end with you. In the you say you haven't been yourself for a long, long time. Barely awake and it is already on your mind. But even if you open up and it's all pretend, and I know you think it's worth every dime you spend, you can take it to the grave, but it doesn't end with you. In the
So he has disengaged, and she's very peacefully allowing him to go on his merry way. So he's a little worried about turning his back on her. He's being smart about it. Just gonna help him up over the wall here. Probably pretty worn out. And I'm gonna make sure they both have a nice meal and they had just been watered, and let them rest for the night. Well, wasn't that sweet? That was just gentle and calm and really wonderful. So what I'm going to do now is, like I said, make sure that they have a nice meal and they're put in a quiet place so they can rest. I am also going to label her enclosure that she was bred tonight. I'm definitely sure that there was copulation there, and which male that she was bred by, because this male does belong to Ronnie. And if we do reproduce from this couple, then of course 50% of the egg sac would be shipped to him once the spiderlings reached a feeding stage, which at this species is a second instar. And so hopefully within the next few months she'll get bigger and fatter, and then she'll drop an egg sac, and pretty soon we'll have babies. So that was a really neat experience. That was probably the sweetest, gentlest tarantula breeding I've ever seen. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching this one. If you liked it, make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to see more. Comment below whether or not you think that they are going to reproduce and how many little ones you think they might have. Hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you soon.